Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Power and Pleasure call on Valentine's Day. Yay! How does it get even better than that? And let me know if you can hear me and see me, just in case I don't have my settings on right. But I think that you can all see me and hear me, so great. Okay, everybody. Let's see where this energy wants to take us today. I will end the call with working on the hormones, but in the beginning, I'm going to start with releasing energetic blocks to honoring your own power and pleasure center, right? Our first and second chakras are our power and pleasure center. And many of us have had so many lifetimes of shaming and issues there. So, tuning into that, I want to start releasing whatever it is that is the subconscious, the biggest subconscious blocks you may have to receiving more pleasure, to allowing yourself to even think about receiving pleasure, whether it's from yourself or from someone else, or just receiving pleasure and joy. So, any and all projections from other people and all the shame we bought into from the whole world. And along with that is guilt, right? Guilt for having done something, guilt for sometimes victims of abuse are made to feel guilty. That's the gaslighting. So all the gaslighting your body has received from this culture or from other people. Oh, where the shame is put on the victim instead of the perpetrator, right? A lot of that is going on. So let's clear that field of energy. Oh. And then everything you learn about your personal power, about pleasure, about joy, about sex and sexuality from the beginning of your life. Let's clear any misinformations from anyone, anywhere. Oh. And any definitions and constructs of power and pleasure that are not true for you, we're going to release whatever those definitions and constructs are. Oh. Yeah, and the term guilty pleasure, right? So let's clear everything behind that. Oh. So that pleasure can be enjoyable and fun and life enhancing because it enhances your life force energy. So a lot of us have certain things stuck in our energy field from the very beginning of life. So let's start clearing all the intergenerational shame and guilt around sex and sexuality. So all the intergenerational shame and guilt and unhealed traumas related to sex and sexuality going back as many generations on both sides of the family. Okay, let's break this down. There seems to be a lot here. So, all the intergenerational unhealed traumas, our collective traumas around sex, sexuality, sexual repression, and just unhealed, inappropriate boundaries of any kind. Okay, more of that unhealed, unresolved boundary violations of any kind going back. Going back one generation, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Again, all the unhealed, repress, hidden boundary violations in both sides of the family going back one, two, three generations, four, five, six, seven, eight, excuse me. Ooh. So let me know in the chat area if you are receiving this energy, if you are yawning away. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot here, and I'm just going to keep on doing it. And I hope the language I'm using is not triggering, but even if it is triggering, that's why we're here, right? That's exactly why we're here, if it triggers you in any way. So, that subconscious, unresolved, unexpressed, repressed, unhealed wounds that are intergenerational. Whoa. Whoa. And some of you who are doing surrogation work for others, like for your spouse or children or your whole family, God bless you for doing this. Wow. And more is coming up in this space of the intergenerational boundary violations, unhealed, unresolved, collective traumas, sex, sexuality, boundary violations, and also birth, birth traumas. Yeah. So anywhere where there was guilt and shame around sex, sexuality, pleasure, in the intergenerational space, and wherever this is happening in your own body and your own energy. And any and all forced receiving of any kind, that's actually a boundary violation. This life, all lifetimes. Yeah, that's a dense energy as well. So, forced receiving of any kind, this life, all lifetimes. And again, we're going to go back into that intergenerational space, releasing the guilt around pleasure, any and all extramarital affairs in your families, any and all hidden abortions and hidden births, all those secret stuff, right? The abortions, the extramarital affairs. Every family had all this. So all the unresolved hidden shame in families around whomever had an extramarital affair or many affairs, or even in some cultures like premarital sex or rape or all that. Okay, so the unresolved hidden sexual violations in the family tree, in your lineage. Is there anyone not yawning and not receiving this? Wow. Yeah, still clearing. See any other subconscious hidden triggers around sex, sexuality. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm still clearing away in this family constellation of all your families, all the unresolved wounds and issues around sex, sexuality, boundary violations of all kinds. And then the guilt and shame of like the secret love child, as well as all the abortions, right, in the families. And then that creates the subconscious feeling, the unresolved feeling of feeling discarded, unwanted, resentment. Let's clear all those subconscious issues in the family around that. Even if you're not consciously doing surrogate work for your family, you are doing surrogate work for your whole family because it affects your DNA, it affects their DNA, then subconsciously it affects how you bond with other people. Subconsciously, it affects how your energy communicates with other people because pheromones are so powerful. Pheromones are just so freaking powerful. So let's clear all that. And then for anyone who is placed on birth control of any kind that manipulates um, your body's natural cycles, the effects of birth control, especially the chemical kind, let's clear all that. Yeah, because the chemical birth control, the pill, manipulates your cycle and your hormones, and your body ends up sending out the message that um, you're not totally fertile, right? Because it stops the whole cycle. So let's clear that. So all the issues that are locked up in your hips, let's clear the hips, and then we'll go to the pelvis and tailbone. Okay, actually hips, let's do ovaries. So any and all unresolved subconscious issues your ovaries are holding on to. And I'm just going to clear all the pelvic organs, ovaries, fallopian tube, uterus, cervix, everything. And that everything in your pleasure and power center. Removing the energy of anyone you've been with who is not right for you, right? So the energy of your old partners, let's clear that. Oh, oh. And here again, subconsciously, all the unresolved intergenerational issues around war, because women are raped in war. So going back. All the violence against women, going back one generation, two, three, four, five, six, seven, Oh, oh. I can hardly talk. Wow. Whew. Give me a minute here. I need to drink some water. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, I'm so glad you're all here because you are doing so much work to heal the collective subconscious and the collective conscious of humanity that has put all of humanity through war. Men and women, right? Men and women both suffer many different kinds of tragedies and war, but we're clearing out the violence against women. Oh, oh, oh. And just clearing out the misogynistic ways a woman's body is treated, not only in this culture, but nearly every culture, as well as in any and all um, fields of endeavor that are dominated by men. So, there you go. And medicine is full of misinformation about women's bodies and women's health and the birth traumas we all been through. Ooh. Oh. Oh. So now again, I'm going back to all your pelvic organs, as well as your hips and tailbones, because in that powerful space of your personal power and pleasure, we're clearing out any and all war that's perpetrated against your body, any and all violence perpetrated against your body. This includes emotional violence. Oh. And slut shaming and any and all shaming for just being a woman and having a woman's body. Oh. Mm. And I'm hearing we should go back to the teenage years around puberty when your body is becoming a woman's body where your sex organs are awakening and blooming. In that time, oh, all the self-consciousness, that's all the shame that we have bought into about being in a woman's body, having a woman's body, blossoming into a sexual being. So going back to when you were in your adolescent years, doing puberty, all the shaming you bought into that kept you from fully embodying your sexualness, your sexual beingness. Oh. And for some of us, if you have a parent that wish you were a boy, like mine, let's clear all that. And then you feel even more shame and guilty for having breasts and for proving to your parent that you are just not who they want you to be. So let's clear all that. And this is more common than not, right? In a lot of families where well, it could be the other way around, where you have boys, 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 and the parents wanted a girl, or you have girls, 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 and a parent wanted a boy. If you're not the right gender for whatever your parent wants, your body picks up on that and tries to create a body that would still be acceptable to that parent. And sometimes these things are communicated to you overtly, and sometimes it's communicated subconsciously. So if you feel like you have never allowed yourself to have curves and enjoy your curves as a woman, whatever it is that trigger that creates your body to be not the body you want, let's clear that. And then some of us go the opposite. Some of us have a more of like a boyish body without curves in order to please a parent. I mean, you don't know how powerful that is, that kind of a subconscious programming, right? And then for some of you who have curves, you try to hide it the opposite way. You try to really hide your figure by gaining a lot of weight. So let's clear anything around that. Whichever polarity, let's clear all that now. The subconscious beliefs and issues and misprogrammings and what have you, fulfilling someone else's prophecy about how your body should be. So, anywhere where you created your body to fulfill someone else's fantasy or someone else's prophecy, let's clear that, especially the negative prophecies and what have you. So, how many lies have you bought into about the kind of body you should have? The lies you bought into from your parents, from culture, from the church. Oh Lord, let's clear on that. Oh, and then all the belief systems that say you are more than your body. Of course, you are more than your body, but saying you are more than your body, but in so many ways, it's also making the body subordinate to something else, right? It's like saying, don't just look at your body. So that subordination of the body to the mind and to whatever thinking that's out there, that subordination of the body keeps people from really being with their body where you can access your power, your intuition, your wisdom, right? So subordination of body to anything other than what you truly know in your own heart. Let's clear that. Oh, 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 oh. Why? Wow. Okay. So I'm getting body image. Oh, all your issues, conscious, subconscious, all the woundings around bodies and body image that's creating you to not be able to enjoy the body you have. Let's clear all that. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, I see power and pleasure. It's so much more than just about getting the right hormones to work, right? There's so much behind it all. We are clearing all the subconscious issues behind that because hormones is is the effect. It's not the trigger, it's the effect of all the beliefs and all the subconscious stuff behind it. And when those are clear, your hormones will automatically work with total ease. It's all the stuff from culture that we put on it that creates blocks and keeps our endocrine system from functioning really well. And it just feels like when I was going back to that space of all of us in our teenage years, it was quite a bit there. So I'm going to go back to that space again to release all the issues that may have created issues for you as your body was blossoming into its own power, into its own sexual being. So, in that space of you becoming a sexual being, everything that created you to repress or even disown your body and your sexual beingness, let's clear all of that for the beginning of life. Oh, and everything that causes you. Oh, oh yeah, we're still in this energy of releasing a lot of stuff. Yeah, I you can see I can barely talk when I was yawning so much, so I know there's a lot there for everyone, especially all the unhealed intergenerational stuff, right? Because, you know, when our grandmothers were pregnant with our mom, we were already in our mom's ovaries because a woman is born with a set number of eggs. So, in that way, when our grandmother was carrying our mother, she was also carrying us. We were still just an egg, right? So, everything our grandmothers went through in life, and for many of us, our grandmothers were carrying our moms during times of war or famine or revolution, or our grandmothers were being carried by their grandmother who was in war, famine, or cultural revolutions of different kinds when you go back enough. So when we clear that space, our ovaries, our entire pelvic area as well as our breast and our chest. I haven't even worked on that yet. I'm just down there working on the pelvic area, but we got to work on our heart and our breast. Our breast A friend of mine who does energy healing says, "Our breaths are like the antennas of our heart." Yes, the energy of secrets, especially intergenerational secrets, family secrets, what have you. Uh, So family secrets, that's along with family secrets is like crimes of passion, right? So anywheres in your family where you have had crimes of passion of any kind, crimes of passion. And when you have cellular memories of that, then a part of you would want to shut down because you don't want to be engaged in crimes of passion that may have caused lives, right? So anywhere in our families, family systems, family history, in that intergenerational space where there were crimes of passion that are unhealed, unresolved. Oh, where all that. Oh, oh. My God, you guys, what kind of family are y'all from? No, I'm just kidding. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Things we learn about our families. Ooh. Oh. Let's see, everything else that's connected to that, let's clear that. Oh. Oh. And then any and all hidden shame that comes from being a passionate human being. So everywhere where you repress and disown and disconnect from your own passion, whether that's sexual passion or artistic passion or passion for life, whatever that passion is for you, anywhere where you disconnect from that, where you disown that, and where you are not even allowing yourself to know what you're passionate about. Let's clear all that. And the shames of, around having passion, right? Let's clear all that. Oh, oh. And then the shame around just choosing to have more passion, right? Because sometimes, depending on who we're around, it's being thumped down like this. Who are you to ask for more? You should be grateful because other people are suffering. That way of just overriding, dismissing your passion, wherever it may be, dismissing it, destroying it before you even get to receive any of that. Let's clear the need to destroy that energy of passion. And clearing all the passionate killings in the past. Crimes of passion. Whew. Did you all know that about your families, dear Lord? Wow. So whatever that unhealed subconscious wounding is, that creates you to dismiss or destroy your passion. Let's clear that now. Oh. And for some of you and your families, because the display of passion is so overwhelming or so judged, that some of you or someone in your family may need to create bipolarism so that they can express the fullness of who they are through being bipolar. So let's clear that. Oh. So that you can consciously access passion without needing to create a condition like being bipolar that gives you some legitimacy in having passion, right? But a pathological way. So wherever you are creating conditions that are a pathology and pathologizing passion. Maybe Freud was right. Everything comes back to sex. Dear God. Or sexual repression. Yeah, we did boundaries a lot, Catherine. Yeah. Pathology includes marriages? Okay. Okay, whatever it is that you're trying to bring up, let's clear that for you. Oh. Yeah, we did a lot of boundaries, boundary violation, especially in the intergenerational space. But yeah, if you want to specifically clear incest, let's do that too, because that is a very taboo boundary violation. And there's another violation that is just as harmful and may not, it does have a physical component to it because it sucks up your energy a lot. For those of you who don't know what your passion is or what you're passionate about, it could very well be that you have been in a situation where there was a lot of emotional enmeshment where who you are does not get to be separated from a parent. So, all the emotional enmeshment with a parent and all the intergenerational woundings around emotional enmeshment, let's clear that. Because there's a lot to that. So it's like emotional incest. And then it always creates you to question yourself. Do I really want this? Do I not want this? What do I really want? Because you're trying to figure out what's expected of you and be that, right? So that's a lot of emotional enmeshment where you're not even allowed to know who you are. Emotional enmeshment in your families. So emotional enmeshment with your mothers. Oh. Emotional enmeshment with your father. And that would also create you to be in a marriage with narcissists who automatically see you as an extension of them, right? Because that unhealed wound continues into your whole life, into your marriage. And if you're not married, then your partnerships or even business partnerships, you may have a boss who's a narcissist who uses you and takes credit for all your work. So subjugating who you are to another person's well, because that's what was done to you in the earlier years of your life. Yeah, so clear on that. Oh, it is. Oh. Yeah, so that boundary violation where you don't even know, for some of us who grew up in families like that, you don't even know that all your life you're subjugated your will, your personal power, and even dismiss your own passion to another human being's well because they have unhealed wounds too. Oh. And let me just add that because all of you are healers, choosing to be in the most fucked up family is a sure sign that you're here to be a healer. And so, and so this wounding is huge for all empaths and all intuitives, subjugating our well to someone else's well, to their needs, to all their freaking unhealed issues, right? Because we want to heal everyone. So then we choose to be in families where everyone's pretty effed up, right? And then we choose to be in relationships where our spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever pretty F up. Yeah. If you will keep on choosing all that really effed up stuff, cut it out. So the unhealed wound behind that is emotional incest with one or both parents. Oh. And it's not always so obvious. It's in different degrees, right? Yeah, it's in different degrees. It's a whole different spectrum from very physical violation to the more subtle, to the emotional, you know, all that does a lot of harm. So let's clear all that. See what happens when you choose to be a healer. Oh. And then by healing this in yourself, you are healing that in your own DNA, which affects everyone's DNA because our DNAs are like 99% alike, which every time I read that, I'm like, wow, this must be a typo, but it's not. Oh. And when we clear that emotional enmeshment, where you're no longer subjugating yourself, your will to another's personal agendas, then you're free to connect with your personal power and your own space of pleasure. So, on our next call, we will be working on more of the upper body. But today, we did so much. We're doing so much on the pelvic area, the hips, all the pelvic organs, the lower back, all the intergenerational stuff. And as we clear all the reasons why you have dismissed or disowned your own passion, in our next call, we will work on our heart and our breast and our lungs and all that. We will be able to really connect even more with our passions. But I'm going to spend the last few minutes here to really recalibrate that space of your personal power and pleasure. Recalibrate that space to just be filled with more fun and loving energy. And it's best to just allow the body to rewire your hormones, your tissues, in the way that the body knows, rather than just force it to create more pleasure hormones and more bliss. Is that the body knows how to create pleasure hormones. The body knows when you need serotonin, when you need oxytocin. The body just knows. To forcefully make that happen is too intrusive. To me, that's too intrusive. So I'd rather just clear all the issues around it so the body would be able to access its own power and pleasure, so that your power and pleasure, no one else gets to manipulate but you. So I'm just holding space for your bodies to recalibrate however it needs to. I am not doing the intrusive thing of just asking your body to create more serotonin and oxytocin and dopamine. The body automatically knows all those things, right? We just need to clear what was keeping it from creating more of those hormones. And and we release pretty intense issues. Wow, you guys, what kind of lives that you choose to live here? I'm just kidding. Okay. Wow. Oh. Yeah, so recalibrating your whole body's tissue, DNA. So any and all healing crisis and stuff that may result from this, I'm going to start clearing some of that healing crisis. What a way to celebrate Valentine's Day, you guys. Yeah, thank you all for being here. I'm still going to spend just a few minutes to recalibrate our energy, our bodies, so that you will not be experiencing so much of the healing crisis that would come with a session like this, where we did so much work, so much intense work. Oh. Yeah, so we're feeling your personal space of power and pleasure with lots of love and light, lots of love and light surrounding you, your whole body, and in that intergenerational space of family constellation. We're going to refill that whole family and the DNA of family with love and light. Oh. Oh. And anyone in our families and any one of your partners, marriages, lovers, whatever, who may be affected by this work that we're doing, we can just clear and cleanse all the relationships that you're in so that it supports you to be who you really are. It supports you to be as passionate and as honoring of your sexuality as you like. Oh, oh. Even though we think sex is the most private and personal thing, our sex organs, our personal space of power and pleasure actually affects everyone around us because our pheromones are felt by everyone around us, whether they know it or not. So, in some ways, it's the most impersonal thing in the whole world that you're sharing with other people already. Yeah, pheromones. God, they're so powerful. So, what if all the pheromones you're sending out from your body are now beautiful, sexually alive, and inviting, and all the distortions around sex and sexuality and pleasure, all those distorted energies from God knows what. Oh, yeah, you clear that, right? So that you send out a very inviting, loving, kind, gentle energy of sex and pleasure and sexualness and aliveness, being alive in your own life, embodying that aliveness on every level of your being. And that's very inviting. Yeah, beautiful. Oh my God. Yes, inviting all bodies to embody that aliveness, sensualness, sexualness. Enjoy every curve in your body. Beautiful. Wow. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so I'm happy to spend a couple minutes answering any questions you may have. So, anyone who feels like unmuting, raise your hand or unmute yourself. There's not that many people on the call, so you're welcome to. Okay, let's see. Shama, are you raising your hand? You're welcome to unmute yourself. I see. Or I don't know why there's an extra check mark by your name, but anyway, so whomever wants to be unmuted, you're welcome to unmute yourself.
Hi, Grace.
Hi,
Don't look so startled.
what's that?
I said, don't look so startled.
That looks Oh my God, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear. Okay. Never mind.
Okay, sorry. Did you all get what you want out of this call? That's the important question to ask. Or what you expect. Okay, so Sue says yes, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, I hope that you get what you were hoping to get. And again, so on our next call, we're gonna go further into the passion and pleasure part and uh, see what comes up between now and next week because this is very powerful. Yeah. And I don't know why it is that when we talk about power and pleasure, not so many people sign up. It's like you have to, I don't know what it is about that. Yeah. Yes, there will be a replay, and you all got the replay page. But I think it's just kind of weird that when you bring up personal power and pleasure, people don't sign up for that. I have no idea what's the fear behind it. Is that something? Yeah. But more gets done sometimes when we go deeper. And even if it's a small group, it's great because it allows us to do more healing for the collective. So you are all done a lot of healing for the collective today for your own families, and that's a lot. Yeah. So, okay, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. You're so very, very welcome. I think that some of you are feeling a little zunk out, right? No, I don't blame you for feeling that way.